All right, hey, somebody got to keep it real, right? This whole propaganda around Kevin Durant and the Warriors. Kevin Durant is weak. Weakest move we ever seen a superstar. It was some weak shit that happened with this process. But it wasn't Kevin Durant who was weak to unprecedented levels. It was the Warriors, right? The story, to the victor goes the spoil, so they can tell the story. Cool. I have the facts, though. So we're going to take a little trip down memory lane, right? It's only 6 steps to this thing. We're going one by one and show you who was really weak during this process, right? We keeping it simple, baby. This all started back in 2015. The Warriors won that fluke championship. Yeah, fluke champions. They say you need a little luck to win championship. They had a lot of luck. Every round, the starting point guard for the other team was out for the series. That was the reality of that run back then. I watched it as a Cavs fan, like, man, these motherfuckers is lucky as can be. Mike Conley down, right? I was like, yo, this is crazy. You get to the finals, then they get to the finals, Kyrie go down first game. Blew his knee out after killing in the game. Blows his knee out when it's about to go into overtime, I want to say. It's like he blew his knee out in the fourth quarter, maybe within the last 4 minutes of the game. It's crazy. They going to win that championship. Cool, you got it. Iguodala was the MVP, I believe. Okay, cool. 2016, the next year they come back. I thought it was a fluke that they won it the first year, right? So next year, this is when it all starts. KD and the Thunder up 3-1 on the Warriors. The Warriors come back and beat them. To have a 3-1 lead and then to lose the series, that's weak. Got no problem with that. KD, that's one weak point for you, sir. Next round, what happens? Warriors up 3-1 on the Cavs. Cavs come back and beat them. Warriors, that's one weak point for you, sir. KD, one weak point. Warriors, one weak point. 1-1, right? Immediately after the game, there are reports, right, I'm pretty sure are true. Players from the Warriors calling KD. You see Draymond with his cell phone right there. Calling KD. After the game, they saying, in the parking lot. Right? Tears in his eyes, voice trembling. Can I speak to Kevin? Whoa, whoa, whoa. That's a point for the Warriors. Gotta be. I don't know if that's ever happened before. After you lose a game in the finals, you call up the best player in your conference. That's crazy. And I'm not saying KD was the best player in the conference at that time. The Warriors are. That's why you go get him. And I think we all know he was the best player in that conference at that time. The best player in the conference was not on the Warriors. And you know who knew that more than anybody else? The Warriors. So that's unprecedented. So now we got 2 weak points for the Warriors, 1 weak point for KD, right? You asking to get the best player. What? It's like after losing that series, they must have never thought they'd be able to beat the Cavs again. They must have felt like, yo, Bron and KD and Love, we'll never be able to beat them again. Not with this team we got. Not with this fluke team we got. They had just like won the most games in history that year. And still were frightened to death of LeBron, Raymond. Frightened of them boys. That's crazy to me. That's crazy. You was arguably just the most successful team in history. And you knew more than anybody else. We still ain't good enough to beat those guys. I'm like, damn. All right, so now we're like step 3. Then they fly out to see him. Middle of the summer, you flying out to recruit. You were just in the finals, bro. You flying out to recruit the best player in the conference? That's unprecedented levels of weakness. Like this stuff that they did, the Warriors did, unprecedented levels of weakness. They got a group of their players to go out there, right? I heard guys had to cancel weddings and all. Like, yo, this is wild, guys. So this whole, to me, the Warriors' actions say that, yo, we didn't just want KD. We felt that we needed him. That's what your actions say. I'm not sure if you're just flying out to see if a guy went. That's a phone call. If the guy say no, leave him alone. That's not what they did. They begged and they begged and they begged, yo. It's like, and people get mad at KD, yo, he weak. Bro, these niggas was begging and begging him. As a person who has kids, it's like my kids ask me, Dad, can I please, can I please, can I please, can I please, can I please? If they keep on asking me, eventually I'm gonna be like, all right, man, all right, go, fucking do it, go, you can get some. I can be worn down, just like most people can be worn down. You think Draymond Green is willing to ask a question more than once until he gets the answer he wants? Of course. We know what it is, baby, but cool. KD signs with him, weak point for KD. KD's at 2 points. The Warriors are at about 3 or 4 at this point of weakness, right? And then KD goes on to win 2 finals MVPs. Warriors look weak again. It's again showing, bro, y'all had to go out and get the best player in the conference to stop these Cavaliers. You had to go get the best. That's so crazy and unprecedented, right? That would be like Jordan going to recruit Karl Malone. Like, what are we doing, yo? Jordan going to recruit Hakeem. Flying out him and Pippen and Rodman on the plane. Hey, we need you, man. What? This is super weak, bro. Like, you can see the tally. Who was really weak in this situation? The guy who was up 3-1 and then lost it? Okay, cool. Warriors did the same thing. The guy who signed with the team that Reagan was serenading them with the mariachi suit on. Please, to come a KD to be with the B. Right? What we doing? Yo, it's like chasing after a chick. Let's say 60 days. You doing love notes, right? You trying to get to her through her friends, and then you serenading with the mariachi suit on, right? With the hat and all that. She's on the balcony. Oh, please, come and stay with me, KD, please. And she get with you. She said, all right, we together now. 2 years later, you get upset because she won't commit long term to you. Huh? Hey, man. That shit really happened. You get upset because she won't commit long term to you. And now you ain't shit. We ain't never want you anyway. You ain't shit. Never wanted me anyway. Didn't need me. The airlines would beg to differ, my brother. Those fancy restaurants you took me out to, they would beg to differ. Oh, the mariachi singing you did would beg. So it's like, in that situation, the Warriors were shrewd with their tactics. Yes, indeed. Right? Because you weaken your greatest opponent and you strengthen yourself. Shrewd. Another word for shrewd is weak. Morally weak. Begging this guy to, come on, man. Come on, man. Then you're going to let this narrative ride like he's somehow weak? Really? Where you bend over backwards to get this guy. And he came there and got every finals MVP. He wasn't even close. It wasn't even like, who's going to win it? We know who's going to win it. The guy who's shooting fucking 50, 90, 40. Come on, man. This guy is great. Somebody got to keep it real, man. So in this whole week, KD, Warriors, somebody was definitely weak. And it definitely wasn't KD. And this is 2025 too. He just signed with the Rockets. I'm thinking, revenge season. KD about to get some get back, boy. Hey, somebody gotta tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it. Hey, shout out to Curtis King, man. Somebody gotta keep it real.